Hello, everyone. Welcome to another one of our meetings. Today we are discussing episode 1, season 5, the last season of Black Mirror. This episode is called Striking Vipers. So the last season is kind of, I think it's right away you can tell that it's kind of different. It's not that technological. I mean, we saw technology, but nothing that was mind-blowing as in some other episodes. Or maybe we're just so used to it that nothing surprises anymore. It's like, oh, you put something in your brain and you kind of immediately go to a different dimension. That's normal for us now. So this was like, I think, like kind of cute episode. So I don't know, I would like to start by hearing your opinions on reflections on general ideas of the episode. So Camilo, let's start with you. Since you're cold, you start talking right away so you kind of get a little bit warmer. Yes. So what about you? How do you feel with the episode? You liked it, not? Tell us.
Yes, I like it. It was kind of, as you said, different from the other from the other ones, uh, and with a lot of things to analyze from a social maybe perspective and current issues perspective. In terms of how we understand not only human relationships uh, or partner relationships, but here how we understand friendship also, and how we understand the things that we have to deal when we are talking about social networks in general, or this network in particular that was like a video game one,
Yeah.
that are happening now also. If you think about the video games. I don't play much. I don't know how to play. I'm very bad at video games, but I know that people can interact in the games as they play, and those interactions are kind of different from what we do in other social networks. But I like it. I like it, and there's a lot of things I think to analyze from a social perspective.
I agree. I think that apart from friendship and I don't know, maybe social but apart from that, I think we can also talk about monogamy. Maybe that is also presented on the episode as like a question in what sense or what we understand by monogamy and all that. So yeah, I liked it too and I had a really good time. It was fast for me. It was like really quick. I think it was like they covered all the topics and the drama was good enough but not that deep to make you like, I don't know, suffer throughout the episode. Just like empathy, constant empathy. That's what I felt, at least. Let's go with another one before we move into the more newcomers. Vito, what about you? How do you feel with the episode?
It was okay, I guess. The previous one was
That's okay, I guess. Okay, I guess.
yeah, the previous one was too good to compare to this one.
Yeah.
So I prefer the previous one, and yeah, I agree with you. I feel like the topic was a bit too simple compared to other ones, in my opinion. And I like that it has new topics to discuss, like
Yeah.
I don't know, feeling. I don't, I don't I don't know if they had feelings for each other previously, or they just started to have feelings for each other
I don't
during
know if
the.
they have feelings for each other. Not even. I mean, they do. They do. They love each other, like because they're friends. But I don't know if they have like love in and that's the thing. We gotta like, what's love? What is love, baby? Don't hurt me. So yeah, I think we're gonna get into that discussion if they had feelings or what do we understand by feelings. So you
And
liked it in general, but you
not
said
that much.
not that much.
No, it's
Um,
not in my top five or
yeah,
top 10. No.
I think it's not shocking.
Hmm.
That's the thing that was like kind of missing, but at the same time, it's the fifth season, so kind of they like already shocked us in so many ways. That is like,
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry,
agree.
I'm running out of ideas.
It's hard to try to like separate your mind from all the knowledge you got from the previous episode. Like
Yeah.
you're already prepared for something big, so the stakes are too high in every episode. So it's for a TV show that is this good in the first season, it is hard to like make it out, keep that
Yeah, make it
momentum.
last until the last one.
Yeah, so that was my feeling with this ones. I feel like the topics are coming to like how to say, when the topics are starting to feel similar between each other.
Yeah.
Like there is no new elements. Like this one was the game. I feel like it was the new element, but it is not that impressive or mind-blowing as previous ones, where you got new technology that you felt like, wow, this is new and this could happen and this will be like, I don't know, change the world.
Yes, but at the same time, I think that maybe they did it on purpose. Like maybe they're trying to make the last season something more like, okay, you know what, this is not that far from the world we live in, or make it more natural, because like they already showed us, and they have been doing this. I haven't watched the 5th season completely, but I was listening to a video today, and they were saying that this season was the more normal one. Like all the stories would happen in normal, like not that futuristic. So maybe they're trying to do that. Like they already showed us all the future in the black and white episode, which we discussed, and I think that was the last episode of the whole show. They already showed us everything futuristic, so maybe they're trying just to melt with present time. So maybe like it started far in the future, but now it's just, you don't see the difference between what's future and what's now. Maybe that's the idea. But I still think that they're showing us new topics. I mean, not new topics in terms of new ideas, but new topics integrated in those ideas. For example, we hadn't seen anything about friendship or relation, or what's the definition of love, which I think that's gonna, like, one of the philosophical questions presented here. Monogamy. These are more social topics than technological, sociological ones, maybe. But yeah, I still support Charlie Brooker with this 5th season. I still think he's great. Oscar, are you here as a listener, or are you here to join the discussion? What do you want? You want to talk, or just okay, but with just listening? We cannot hear you. If you want to talk, we cannot hear you. Activate the microphone, please. Yeah, okay.
Ahora
So
vengo de oyente.
just a
Vengo de
listener,
oyente.
just as a listener. Okay, sure, no problem, no problem. It's gonna be helpful for you, anyways. So thank you. Turn off your microphone. So, thank you, Marce. First time you're here, I think that you already understood how this works. What are your thoughts and reflections on the episode?
Well, first of all, I just want to greet everyone. I'm the other teacher.
Yes,
apart from Alicia.
I told the guys before you got here, the other teacher is coming. She's the other teacher.
Yeah,
people on
I'm the other.
She's the other teacher. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm a good one. I think so. So in comparison to you, it was my first episode.
Yeah.
So I hadn't seen another chapter from the series. So when you were talking that this was the most normal chapter that is so regular, for me it was not normal at all. It was kind of shocking, not so shocking, but I liked it. You were talking about monogamy, but there are so many aspects that you can evaluate from this chapter. For example, what's love? It was really interesting because when they kiss each other in real life, they didn't feel anything, but they were aiming or wanting to meet in the virtual world. Yes. You can analyze that. For example, if we go to the topic of children playing video games, pedestrian, child abuse, raping, and so many aspects that you could talk about. So I don't know. it opened my mind, and I think I'm going to start watching the series because
You
it was
should.
really.
You should have.
I think it was a good chapter. Yeah, I should have. I'm so sorry, but I have very, very little time. So today I just made up my mind and I just clear up my schedule, and here we are.
Great.
I'm really happy that I could watch it, that I can join you so I can have a adult conversation, not
Yeah.
only about children. So it was
Yeah.
really, really nice. This is a break for me. So
Yeah,
thank you
you
so
can
much
have a
for
drink if
having
you
me.
want.
I really like the show.
You can have a drink
Yeah,
with us
yeah.
if you want. No
I
problem.
really,
If it feels like,
well,
if it
I
feels
can
like
drink. I can drink. I'm so sorry.
yes, you can drink. Yes, yeah. I'm sorry.
I still can drink.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry. Still,
but
still,
it's okay.
no babies. No, but no drinking.
Yeah,
So yeah.
until January. So
Okay.
I'm counting.
Okay. So you still have time.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sweetie.
So I still have time. Yeah.
We're getting into that discussion of I think the first thing we're going to discuss before right before after talking with Fernando is love. So so you start thinking about the presentation of the ideas of love that are shown in this episode. But before that, Fernando, what about you? What are your thoughts, reflections, opinions on the episode?
Really, I'm disappointed with this episode
Why?
because I needed more, because we don't have, I don't know, good image or good color, or I don't know, like character development, like
Character
so
development. Yeah. Like we don't know much about the characters.
yeah, because we have, I don't know, 1 hour with three people, and one more. Let me more, please. And I don't know if it's so moralistic or so Christian,
Yeah,
Christian moral.
Christian. Yeah.
Oh, in this idea of the classic love of two-person, one woman, one boy, and oh, they love it.
Yeah.
And in this case, I don't know. Wow, I think when the people talk about of polyamor or polylove,
Yeah.
or new
I think those are the
way
idea.
of love. Yeah.
Polyamorous. That's called polyamorous. I am researching about it. So just because of that, I know the word.
I think it's not only the way of these two guys, and in the same way the woman in this case go to the bar with another man.
But at the end, when they
have
are
a
divorcing, right? I think they're breaking up at the end, right?
The last 3 minutes, I don't know.
The last 3 minutes are like I think they don't tell you they divorced, but it's like I want it tomorrow, and she's given the ring back.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yes.
she was meeting someone else, but during the relationship, she avoided, she rejected the man when because she's told like, I'm married. So yeah, we see here that she's in the classical monogamous position.
Yeah.
And the other guys is more open to polyamorous relationships.
Yes. And in this case, I think that it's a boring episode.
It's a boring episode. I think
because
for me it was not boring, but maybe not shocking. I agree with you on that. It was like a meow episode.
But I don't know this the art in the, I don't know, in the episode we don't have nothing really. We don't have nothing else. Wow.
Yeah, and I agree with you on the lack of character development. Like they show them the characters at the beginning. They tell you they're a couple, they are friends. He's kind of cool, very cool, because they always showed like what was the name of the guy? I just watched the episode. The woman in the game. We cannot even differentiate like physically because they're both
Roxette. Roxette was the character from the game.
But the guy, the male, Carl?
Carl, I think.
Carl.
I think it was Carl.
Yeah. So yeah, with they always show you that Carl was kind of cool, and then you see him 11 years later, and he's cooler and hotter. You always saw that the other guy was kind of shy and like always doing like being afraid of his girlfriend, like afraid of telling her the things, and she was like, I'm sorry babe, I'm sorry babe. You see them like kind of touching at the beginning, and then you see them. So yeah, they always tell you the same, like the same maybe tension. There is not much, not many things change there in that aspect. I agree with you on that, but I liked it anyway. So let's talk about love. Let's talk about philosophy, love, and things we like. Marce, you were saying you were the first one, and Camilo too. So let's do women's first. Marce, you were saying that you thought that the concept of love, or the idea of love presented here, maybe was something interesting to discuss. What are your thoughts? What are your ideas on the concept of love presented in the episode? Concepts. I think there are multiple concepts of love here.
Yes, so I couldn't watch the end, but
you really
could
should.
you please clarify?
You need the ending.
Yeah, no, I just watched it, but I was just watching 3 minutes and going forward and forward, so I could watch it the entire episode. But there was a scene where they were exchanging presents, and she said, "Give it to me tomorrow," something like that. And
she was giving the ring back. She was giving him the ring. Yeah,
but I think, or that maybe they didn't break up, they just got into an agreement that they were going to have like a free day. So maybe she could have an open that day. So for example, they could have a free day. So she went on a date with this guy, and her husband went on a virtual date, but tomorrow we're going to get or stay married in the end. So I understood.
Does everybody else agree with that? I mean, maybe I got it wrong. You all got the same idea? It was like opening the relationship. You can.
Yes, they were. They were opening the relationship.
Maybe. Like, I thought she said I want it tomorrow morning. Like I want the divorce tomorrow morning.
No, because she said they gave each other the ring.
Yes.
It's like swimming.
He gave her. Yeah.
They were allowing each other to have fantasies.
To open, it's not even fantasies, they're like real life action. So I mean real life action. So yeah, they were opening the relationship. Oh, this makes it so much better then. So what do you think of the I think we can discuss the concept of I don't know, friend love, love you have for friends, friendship love, maybe friendship love, romantic couple love, family love. We also have the concept of a kid, the baby in the way they cannot maybe it's not that easy for them to just separate because of the baby, and poly love, polyamorous relationships. So do you think that maybe in that aspect, Marce, do you think that maybe in that aspect the show was trying to tell us something from the future, like in the future it's going to be easier to have polyamorous relationship, or maybe they're telling us that it's a thing that's going on right now, because this episode feels like right now?
I think it's happening now. I think that couples are getting agreements because life is getting, I don't know, more boring. So I think they are just representing reality that we have now. That's why maybe it wasn't so shocking for anyone, because you have this concept of singing and changing couples, and it was a taboo before, but now people are openly talking about it. So I think they were representing our reality, to be honest. So in the concept of love, what I think, for example, this guy was really shy and he tried to stay with his wife because of the children, and he really tried. He didn't connect himself to this virtual reality, and he didn't have sex with his friend, which wasn't sex, but it was sex. But because they felt guilty. They felt guilty. It was virtual, but he was acting like someone who had an affair.
So but the thing is that it was virtual, but he was feeling.
Yeah, they were feeling. It was something virtual, but they were having reactions of an actual affair.
Yes.
He was distant. He didn't want to have sex with his
Yeah.
wife. He was inventing lies. He was make up excuses for not having sex. He was locking the door so he could have this special moment with
Yeah.
his
He did
friend.
it at the nighttime when no one was
Yeah.
watching.
Yes.
And it was
So
just his
it
friend.
was cheating.
So
Yeah,
you
and it
could
was
just
his
say,
friend.
I'm playing with my friend. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Yeah. It was
So,
really
yeah.
weird, but it
But
was
that's maybe
very real.
society. I think that they was trying to show us how much, despite the
Yeah.
fact that it's your friend, that is not real sex, technically you're not cheating, it's just virtual. He was very embarrassed about it and like confused about it because of the social norms. I think he was married, he was heterosexual. When they talk about it, he was like, "Oh, so this was pretty gay, right? What do you say is gay?" Oh, and I was just kidding. This was gay, you're a man because he's a man. This is gay, but it's okay. So yeah, I agree with you on that I agree with you on Marce on both ideas that they are showing polylove as a thing nowadays, and
Yeah.
at the same time that all the drama involved was maybe imposed by society more than the actual thing that was going on. Camilo, sociologist, what did you say about this?
Eh, I agree with Fernando and Vicente in terms of that this episode could be an evening soap opera episode,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe
Yeah, maybe like those
of
shows
other
from
show, but
from like the
yes, yes,
poor acting stories from the
but
matinal.
that doesn't mean that it's bad for me.
Yeah, I
It
love
could be,
those mini
I,
dramas.
yes, of course. And in terms of what you can extract from it, I think the main issue here, or the main thing that we can discuss, is the importance of sex as a practice, as a physical practice, that we consider a society that tells us what we are, you know, and it is something like thinking that sex define what we are and what is our position in society as we humans go through existence, maybe trying to simplify things. And I think that the part where he said to his friend, okay, so we are gay now, is part of trying to simplify and to understand what's happening, and to maybe get some meaning frame to the situation in which they are involved. And of course, we humans are always doing that in terms of how we classify experiences, and we try to frame them, and we frame them from social backgrounds or things that we know. So here the main issue maybe it's how we consider sex as the thing that defines us as humans. And if you think about the classical classification or identities, are made by the way in which we put our desire, or sexual desire, and the way in which we try to to direct that desire to others. So if you're gay, or if you're heterosexual or anything, you're having certain solid ground in which
Yeah.
you're standing to confront society and to confront life. I was thinking, when I watched the episode, I was reading something about how uh, Spanish conquerors,
Yeah.
when they came to Chile, and they encountered the machis
Oh, I
as
love that
a social
story.
figure.
Yes, go ahead.
And and it was like they didn't understand the social position of the machi, because it was no, or she wasn't a man, wasn't a woman. It was something in between that they couldn't classify, and they couldn't put in the terms of that they considered normal. So they said, and they defined it as a devil's person, as a person that could be, they call it pecado nefando or nefando sin, that it's the kind of sin that you can't even say because it's so evil that you can't even say
You cannot pronounce
the
it. It's like
you can no
Voldemort.
pronounce it.
It's like
Of
Voldemort.
course, it's the same. So you have that the social backgrounds of the Spanish people here didn't understand the way in which the identities of Mapuche or the Machis here were experiences. So for me, the episode could be about that, about how identities and classical identities are exploding in terms of how we now can be in love not only with other person behind the computer but with a character, there's all these
With an avatar.
yes, and people it has a name, of course it's a Japan thing but it started
Kawaii
there.
kuruku. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, but it's people that is in love and have some kind of relationship with characters or with anime characters or weird things like that. So, how you can define your position in society when you're loving, for example, a character or you're having a relationship with a character, and also here in the episode we have that it's very stereotypical way of defining marriage and the guy from the city and the guy from the suburbs
Yeah.
as different kind of lives, but also you have that it's kind of the 30 or 40 years old crisis, in terms of
Yeah.
how
You feel like your life is
you
empty
how,
or
how
boring.
you confront boredom, and how you confront the way the projects that you are been living for 20 years or 10 years, maybe in marriage, maybe in the other way, that the guy was more promiscuous, Carl, that was more promiscuous and more a guy from the city. So for
He
me
was
is that
single,
for
at least.
me yes, for me is that it's maybe a way of thinking about identities, social identities, and how we can understand. And we have all these LGBTQI and a lot of things that
Plus.
are the same.
I
Plus,
can't do
so
plus.
that are the same, are trying to tell us that there's no you
Classification.
can't classify all things into this very thin or very little classification or very little
Yeah, like
frames, because
fixed classification, very like set up, already
yes,
previously
yes,
set up classifications.
yes, but that was for me. For me, it was like how in a evening soap opera we can present these new technologies or these new ways of interacting with people, and how it shows us different ways of having contact with others and maybe love contacts. I
Yes.
don't think that they were gay.
I was,
It was like a
I wanted
different
to
thing.
ask that. I
It
wanted
was
to go down
it
deeper
was
into the
like
discussion. This is the next. That's the next question. Are they gay?
yes, yes, of course, because gay is a way of classifying by denying their
Yes.
heterosexuality. So
Yes.
here
Or
they
saying that you
are
can only be
other things.
heterosexual, straight, or gay. No. What about not even bi? Because I think that there are some people they would not
Exactly,
feel like they're bisexual. I am just
exactly.
sexual, a human being.
Through a video game, that it's also
Yeah. So
another
you add
filter
an
that you
extra
add.
layer of complexity. So it's yeah, okay. One
Sure.
thing is how can you define yourself somehow when you in most aspects of our lives we cannot define ourselves in any aspects. Like I would not define myself in terms of music, in terms of taste of dress, like my dressing style, the way I decorate my house. I don't have any particular style. I'm a mixture of things. So how would I be able to classify my sexuality? Is really complicated. And extra, you add the virtual idea, and you can say that it's not when it's virtual, it's not real. But most of the things we're doing nowadays are virtual, like this meeting. So we are a community anyway. So our it's kind of very
And if
Black
you add
Mirror
another thing,
society. Yeah.
very brief, the I don't know, the OnlyFans fashion that we have today, that people is paying for having this kind of relationships with girls normally, but are paying for having relationships through a computer or through a screen.
Photos,
So
videos.
is that cheating? Is that denying monogamy? I don't know. I don't know. It's
I don't
different.
know.
It's different
I once had a
from.
boyfriend that was long ago, of course, nothing recent. I once had a boyfriend that was, and I was trapped in the middle of that question: is this cheating if it's virtual? And I think it's not. I got like, I'm okay with cheating. I'm kind of going with society in this process of understanding polyamorous relationship and leaving behind old concepts of romanticism. But I was really trapped in that question: is it cheating? And I think it's not. For me, it's not cheating. And for me, I think that we need to discuss as a society and as couples, or if you want to have a couple or trios or whatever group you have,
But
what's the
if
concept
you think
of
maybe
fidelity? Yeah,
maybe more deeper, what's the difference between a friend and a boyfriend or a girlfriend? The
that's always been
difference
my
is
point.
just having intercourse or having this specific practice that we add as something that is very important. Is it that important? And it's a question maybe too philosophical,
Yeah,
but is meaningful here if we consider that, if we say that the only difference between a friend, a very good friend, and
a
a
girlfriend or
boyfriend is
boyfriend.
having sex,
Yes.
is having sex.
Oh my
What's the
God.
difference? What's the real difference that you
I've
have
been
there?
asking that same questions for the last, I don't know, 8 years. I've been always talking to my friends about the same thing, And I think we're gonna stop right there to discuss this. I think I like my friends, and I think my friends like me. Maybe I don't like them sexually, but I like them as people. I want to get to know them. I want to spend time with them. I want to talk to them, and let's watch a movie. Let's do things together because I like being with you, and I like who you are, and I like your brain. But the only difference between that and my boyfriend is the kissing, and not even the kiss, like the sex part, and the classic romantic, the definitions that we have. But I think that there is no difference. Vito, do you think he's my friend? I'm gonna put you in trouble here. Do you think that there is a problem? There is a
Are you in love with me?
yeah, basically. Are you in love with me, or just, or you want to say that you're my friend? No, yeah. So do you think that, what do you think of the difference between love, between couples and friends?
I feel from one side that the only difference I can feel from someone who's, it depends if it's female friend or male friend. Do you think there is a difference? I haven't thought about it.
Ask yourself that
I haven't
question.
thought about it. Is there any different? Do I treat differently my friends, female friends, from my male friends? I think not. But to me, the only difference between like a relationship, like romantic, and like friendship between just friends, is that the way you feel at the beginning, like when you have a crush, like it's something
Yeah,
totally different that you don't feel with your friends, like never, like
those are
that
hormones.
feeling of happiness. Yeah, but that only lasts for a while. Like it only will last for no, I don't know, a couple of months or so.
Yeah, but haven't you ever met a friend on a party? It's like, oh my gosh, I really want to talk to you. You're super cool, and you like make
Not
instant
the
best
same way.
friends. No.
Not the
Ah,
same way.
yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
Okay, maybe I think I have had my own crush with friends. Like, yeah, like I
I
want to
haven't
talk to you. I
thought.
want to get to know you. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So you say that the rush at the beginning when you have the crush
Yeah,
is another difference, but that could be your
that
hormones
fades.
taking
Yeah,
control.
that fades with time. Then that goes away, and you only have that, I don't know, that feeling of warmth in your heart, like you feel happy, or I don't know, you like being with that person. But besides besides like the sex and the
Yeah. But isn't
demonstration
that the same thing you
demonstrations
like
of
with
love,
your
it's the
friends?
same.
Yes. When you think about it, if you take the sex away from the relationship, is pretty much the same. Like, I like being with you. Let's watch a movie. Let's drink something.
You know, I was watching a TV show the other day. I don't remember which one, but you know, the characters described love as feeling like you would do something that harms you but benefits the other instead of damaging them and like being better yourself. That kind of feeling, it's hard to. It made me feel like I haven't been in love in never in my life.
I tend to feel more like that for my friends than my boyfriends. I tend to care more
like
about their well-being.
Yeah, I feel like it was all my relationships were pretty
Friendship.
selfish. Like it was always me in the center, not them.
Yeah, I kind of believe that. I trust you in that, babe.
Yeah,
See,
that
maybe that explains it all. Huh?
Yeah, I had to analyze my whole relationship life.
But at the same time, I think that maybe that could be a very romantic, maybe a little bit toxic idea of what love is. Because I don't know, but I at the same time, I think it's good because I do that for the people I love. But at the same time, I should love myself first. So, so I don't understand anything now.
I haven't felt it, so I cannot say this.
Yeah. So yeah, this is it's gonna be really difficult for us to reach any agreement on this because like none of us can define what love is or what these relationships are. And that's basically, I think, one of the ideas that we were discussing and the ideas presented on the episode.
Yeah.
What is love? What is friendship? What is
one last thing I just trying to remember is that when I was younger, there was like people didn't meet like now. Like you can meet someone on the internet and never see them. Like now you have Zoom and Meets and you can meet them.
Fernando, I know Camila, I've seen him in real life, but I know Fernando, he's my friend, virtual friend.
Yeah, like that. But I remember having like some friends on the internet and I never saw their faces and we just talk, and I was thinking maybe one of those girls which we were used to talk was a dude and like a pervert or something like that, and we
or maybe not, maybe a boy just like you.
But why would you lie about your identity? That would be
because people are unsure, or maybe they want to be someone else. Haven't you ever want to be someone else?
Yeah, at least the difference with the episode is that in the episode the guy knew who was on the other side, right?
Yeah. No cheating in that sense. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, okay, when you have your friend and you are like, you want to go cross, like past the limit, if there is a limit in our friendship, because those limits are established by society. I have never met someone like, okay, we're going to be friends. That means that we cannot kiss. If you want to hug me, it has to be for only 2 seconds, because more than that means, no, you never do that. Just go with the flow. So in that case, there was one moment when they decided to cross that friendship limit. And but what's the question in there? It's like, what is wrong? I still love, but it's not my friend. So yeah, like you start questioning, what is the intention? I know who you are. Hasn't changed. Maybe the intention changed. If you were talking to a man, he like telling you that he was a woman, but nothing sexual happened, and the conversation went like, it would have been the same if he would have told you that he was a man, and your emotions and feelings would have been the same, knowing or not knowing the other person, because it's, I don't know, this is so difficult. Okay, thank you, Vicio. Fernando, but we're still, Oscar, you're a listener. Fernando, would you say that when they decided to cross this limit, do you think that why do you think that they crossed the limit? Because they kind of liked the hot avatar version? Maybe they had it in advance? Or maybe it's just confusion with that sometimes happens with friends.
But I think that Carl, maybe he
was more interested.
Was an addict of sex, a sex addict, maybe.
Yeah, maybe he was like very into it.
Because I don't know, Black Mirror, I don't know, extreme old
Yeah.
feelings. And
Yeah,
I don't know.
and he was saying that
Yeah.
after breaking up with his friend, he had sex with a lot of, even with a panda bear. So yeah, maybe
Yeah,
it was
but
all about sex.
really, I don't know, because the the people is strange. The people are, I don't know, different and
Strange, is that the word? Strange or different?
yes. No, it's strange because we know the moral way of the people. We know of the, I don't know, the social correct things of the people. In this way, I don't know, maybe two friends or special friends.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to know new things or new experience, or I don't know. In this way, uh, I think in back to the same episode, is not new for us, maybe because we have the 2 years, the last 2 years in Chile, we have a lot of new thing,
Yeah.
around,
Progressism in
yeah,
those areas.
with feminists, with LGBTQ plus, E plus,
LGBTQ
and
plus.
yeah, I plus. I know,
Yes,
but
they added another one, and I don't.
yeah,
Um.
intersexual.
Yes.
Yeah,
LGBTQI plus. Yes, you're right.
and and I don't know, because in my sense, I don't know, it's no new. Uh, really, I don't know what to
Yeah, but you think that the feelings of these friends, they got confused, they just decided to experience something new, or they just let go with the
For
flow?
me, I think that is like a Christian morality,
Yeah.
like why we don't do something,
Yeah.
or why we do this in a play game or whatever, or a VR, virtual reality.
Yeah. I think that
In
maybe that
this
helped
case,
them
I
like
don't
let
know.
go, maybe like lose the fears of the stereotypes and social rejection, since it was virtual. Maybe there was
Yeah,
like, I think, yeah, you want to say something?
I think that really in another way, that how um, we can know, like I don't know, Tinder or this app, what is real, what is not real. Yeah,
Like Vicky was saying,
because the
like,
same of
was he a man, was he a woman?
of you. Yeah, because we don't know, maybe like a catfish or something
Yeah.
like that, and in I don't know, app. I, I believe, I don't know, in Tinder 2.0 with VR, maybe you can have a date with another person and have, I don't know, online sex. I don't know.
Like with
Maybe
sensor, like
in the future.
with things, sensors in your brain. You just
I don't
need your
know, with the
brain
same
actually.
sensor
Yeah,
or
like activate my sexual organs. I'm not gonna name them, but yeah, that could be super great.
the brain. I don't know, the brain.
Yeah, it's all about the brain. Yes, of course. So yeah,
Maybe.
I think that maybe I think there is another idea that maybe is going to be the last we discussed before finishing, and you remind me of that. In the virtual world, was this cheating? If, I mean, first of all, we gotta establish the rules. They were a classic, regular, traditional couple, heterosexual couple. They never showed us from her side or from their side any discussion or conversations about freedom or about homosexuality. Like, no, classic, traditional family. And he cheated on the virtual reality. Marce, do you think that this was cheating? I'm not asking if we, because I don't think that cheating is bad, technically. So leaving aside all the concepts that we all have on whatever fidelity and cheating and all that. Do you think that he was cheating or not? Is it cheating when it's virtual?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. But if you are portraying the reality they were living, that they were married, they had kids, I think for him, for the husband, I don't remember his name, it was cheating.
Yeah.
For him, I think for him it was cheating. That's why he was behaving so weird with his wife. Because if he didn't think he was cheating, he could, I don't know, have sex with his wife or talked about it, but he was really secretive in relation to all of this virtual reality. So
Yeah.
for me, I don't know if I would call it cheating, but I think that he believed he was cheating. That's why he was so secretive and he felt so guilty about it. And he also felt that he couldn't stop, so he just didn't join the game anymore. And
Yeah.
that's it. But
Like
when
he
he saw
blocked
his friend, yeah,
confession.
he blocked him
Yeah, blocking. No, I don't see you.
because he
Ah,
couldn't control himself. He knew if he knew if he was going to play again, they were going to have sex, even though they were friends and they weren't gay or they were gay. But I think they weren't gay because when they kissed each other, nothing happened. So it was just like sexual attraction from the game.
Yes.
Or from the characters.
Or
So,
from like maybe like literally a game, like they were maybe playing. It's like, I trust you, you trust me. Let's do this because I know you won't hurt me or something like that.
Yeah, but it was like instinct.
Yes.
They were like just playing the game and they just couldn't control themselves.
It's like saying, let's say your best friend all of a sudden looks really hot, like the Roxette girl, where she was cute.
Yeah.
So I think of my best friend, and all of a sudden he's like Brad Pitt, and we're in a virtual reality. My friends, we could like hug or something. So yeah, maybe I think that I think it's not cheating either. I think maybe he had explained to her. Maybe she wouldn't have gotten angry, but at the same time, I think that he was cheating on the friendship he had with his wife. Because they've been together for many, many, many years. So he was like cheating on the friendship, keeping a secret from her. It's like not cheating on the wife, maybe, but maybe cheating on the friend that is also your wife, because you are hiding the truth from that person or not sharing your emotions at least. Which,
can you clarify something from the chapter? I think it was their wedding anniversary and they were in a restaurant, and she asked if something was happening. Sorry, did he tell her what was going on?
Absolutely nothing. That's what he said. What's going on?
Okay, perfect.
Absolutely nothing.
Because she said, you can tell me and I will act later, or I will react later. So she was prepared for his confession about having an affair, but she wasn't like so close. If you did something, we're breaking up.
Yeah,
so she was very open-minded.
She was always open-minded. Always understanding. Like she thought that there was someone else in the relationship, and she was just tell me, open, talk about it. They were friends, because love and friendship are pretty much the same. So,
but he lied.
His friend, but yeah, that's the problem when you lie. So that's the human treason. Yeah, thank you, Marce. Anybody else who would like to comment on this idea of cheating, not cheating before we finish?
I feel like people in years from now.
Yeah, Vita, you first.
I feel like people in 50 years will watch this episode or our discussion and will be like, how can they be so like close-minded?
Yeah, and they will hear our parents, and when I think about my parents talking about this, it's from their life. We haven't lived that much. It's almost 30 years or so, almost for some of us more than 30 years. But like it's been only 30 years, and since I was a kid, and the present is so different. So I think that in 10, 20 years it's gonna be like maybe It's not gonna be sex anymore. I mean, sex is genders. I don't know. We don't have no idea how it's gonna be, but it's gonna change definitely. Camilo, you wanted to say something too. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's like I agree that it's a very conservative way of seeing reality and relationships, because a very important thing, or a very thing that or one of the things that they try to imply through all the episode, is that you can only have one relationship, you know, if it is your wife or
Or the
your
friends.
or the friend. But why no both? Why, if he's doing
Yes.
something that it's completing, or that it's good for him, why he's not happy? And
Why?
it's because this very limited way of showing us that if we cheat, we are, or if we have another relationship, or love relationship, we are, we can't have both ways, you know. And of course, they have all this issue on why we go and maybe obsess with forbidden things, like this was a forbidden relationship.
Yes.
But for me, it's why, if you can have 10 or 20 friends, why can't you
More than one lover.
be in love with two people,
Yes.
with two people, and maybe even not have sex? We can put that out,
Or have
and
sex
we
if you want
can
to.
have, yeah, but the main thing is that you can love a lot of people at the same time. And for me, that is something that should make you happy more than unhappy as he was, because he was more unhappy than before. And that's something that is very conservative in terms of how they try to say that you can only have one relationship, and if you have more, you have to choose, you know. And if you have to choose, then it's because it's something that is forbidden. And I don't know, I don't agree with that, you know. It's kind of
Yeah. I hope
again
this
very
conversation gets to
very
the ears
conservative.
of everyone who's going through something similar in their lives, maybe. So yeah, just wanted to say that I feel very validated on my personal perceptions of what love and friendship is with this discussion, you guys. I feel like I'm not alone anymore. So I think that I've always told this, and this is maybe like a closure. I think that loyalty or fidelity, like in like being in a relationship, I think it has to do with whatever you alone in your heart feel like is the commitment or loyalty. Because for some people, cheating is telling someone else that you like, that I don't know, I like you. Or cheating could be for, I know, especially with friends, like watching pictures of someone else. You're cheating on me because you're thinking of someone else, or maybe touching yourself thinking of someone else. um or having, or kissing. For some people it's just kissing, and for others it's having sex, and for others is saying I love you. So I think that whatever you think is loyalty for you, if you just want to be with that person and you feel that way, go ahead. Don't go with another one. But if you feel like it's is what it's inside you, maybe sharing sexual activities, or not sexual but romantic activities with other people, it's okay, as long as it makes you happy and you don't hurt the other.
Yeah,
And now, yeah,
and something, sorry,
yeah,
if
sure.
you think about, if you think about or the activities that makes us happy, they are all maybe very erotic in terms of how we try to I don't know, I'm a teacher sometimes, and you may understand this, but when you're trying to teach something, it's that you're trying to bewitch or to enchant the other. And it's like maybe trying to get him to love you in a certain
To
way,
like you,
so
especially as
he
a teacher.
so he can understand or so he can learn or any objective. So the erotic way in which we kind of get in touch with other people is not only in this kind of relationships, but in all things that makes us happy and in all things that could work as devices for happiness for us, you know. I don't know.
I strongly agree with you on that, especially as teachers. You gotta seduce your students and like get their attention,
Yes,
and
sure.
then and like hunt them, and you get married with them in one lesson, and they understand, and then you keep the relationship going. So yeah. And when I talk to my friends, I also show my best sides. I say the smarter things I know. I show my best music because I want them to like me. So I guess we all do that. Guys, I thought it was going to be boring, but it was so entertaining as usual. I like you. You are smart people. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, ideas, reflections with us. It was a great time. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you. We only have 2 episodes left. I'm still thinking of what to do afterwards, but maybe we're gonna have a short break and then come back with something. Okay? So I'll see you.
I thought about the movie
Uh,
Hair. It's
yeah,
like very Black Mirror
yeah.
style.
I've thought about movies too, but the problem with movies is that first they're longer, like in terms of time, and some people like they barely have an hour a week to watch something. I don't have time. And the other thing with movies is that some people don't like watching movies, but I think it's gonna be a movie club anyway. And I am really into films, so I have a lot of ideas to discuss anyways. And yes, we have Love and Death and Love, Death and Robots, but I haven't been able to watch it. And the problem with cartoons maybe is that some people don't like cartoons and they reject cartoons right away. So I still have to check it. We could check it out one day with some beers.
Let's watch The Simpsons. We all like The Simpsons. Here.
Yeah, we all love The Simpsons. We all. I've never watched The Simpsons. Yeah, okay, that's my secret before leaving. I don't like The Simpsons. Take care, you all. Thank you for your precious time, and thank you for coming here today once more. Be good. Have a great weekend and week and everything. Take care. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
See
Thank you,
you.
Marcia, for coming. Bye. Bye. See you,
You're
Oscar.
welcome.
See you.